Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you're doing well. So today, myself, Abdallah, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic that has been making rounds all across social media, especially LinkedIn, for the past few months. So the topic itself is, do you want or do you prefer to work with corporate companies or startup or small companies or freelancing? So the floor is yours, Hidayat. Let's begin.
Okay. Thanks, Abdallah. So basically, especially in the IT industry today, we are challenged or we are offered the opportunity to work, I would say, three different streams. Stream number one is corporate companies, like a well-established one, international one, which is more than 500 employees. And then you have some, what I call small, medium, or even startup companies. These are sometimes they refer to it as mushroom companies, and they are popping up a lot today in Mauritius. And then you have what we call to be a freelancer. So these are the three main that you get. So what we'll do today is just a quick review where you can position yourself as an IT professional within those three. So let's start with the small, medium, or startup companies. When you look at those kind of companies, especially those that are now or 2 months old, 1 month old, we've seen three things. Step number one is in terms of salary. Definitely, to be competitive, to be able to get the number of resources, their, I would say, salary grade or even their salary is much more different, which is kind of the attractive package for an IT professional. Secondly, in terms of growth within the company, which is a small, medium company, you would be kind of exposed to an all-rounder situation. You're not exposed just to your project. You might be even a developer, but got the chance to work with the client, communicate with the client, even touch a base with a PM role, especially if you're experienced one. And then you have what we call to be the corporate company. The corporate company, if you look at it today, it's more like very structured. You have a salary grade, which is kind of fixed in between the line. And you have growth, which is career ladder. Associate software engineer, senior software engineer. You can't just become associate to team leader. That's an example. But I've seen it in today in Mauritius. We've seen in small companies whereby someone who was an associate for 2 years and after 1 more year is directly a team leader. Because there is no such kind of structured setup, and this is kind of free going. And then you have the last one, which we call freelancing. Definitely freelancing, you need to be experienced, you need to be exposed. And I know there had been a very good video by Vincent on freelancing. So I would advise people to go through that first. But if we compare corporate, small, and freelancing is very different. You are your own boss. You have your own structure, you have your own salary, it's you who set up the rate, you have your own growth, you choose your own project, and definitely you're much more than an all-rounder. You do everything from project management, from software delivery, from QA testing, from business analysis. You are going to wear multiple hats. And in a very quick nutshell, if we look at it, small, corporate, or freelancing, we are not saying one is better than the other one. My standing based on my experience in the IT world is very simple. As a conclusion, I would say it depends on the person. I've seen lots of people that are much more adaptive in small companies than in corporate. They do much better as they are mostly an all-rounder within that. And then within all that, you also have something what we call to be the corporate, whereby you can see people who are more in a, I would say, growth or comfort zone within the structured company. Everything is, you have your spec, you have your details, you have your work, and then you work, which is well process oriented. So it kind of depends on the person. It kind of depends on where you want to go in your career. So that's all from me. Don't know if you have any question around this.
So maybe I will just share my experience quickly because I've had the opportunity to do all of them. And like Hidayat said, it really depends on your personality because first, according to my experience, working in a corporate, it's far more stable. You do one or two things and that's it. And then you have your career ladder that you can take. While working in a startup or smaller companies, things are much faster. You're expected to do a lot of things. And the one advantage about the package most probably is that you get to learn very fast. So you learn a lot of things very fast. But let's say you want to become a specialist in only one thing, and for example, database administrator, then a small company or startup is not ready for you. On the other side, you get it as a corporate, and then it's like a matter of constraint and trade-off, compromises, like Hidayat said. So it's up to you. For me, that's it. It's good.
Cool. I think that's all from our side. Thanks.
Thanks. See you later.